Salesperson. Listen to the end of it to understand. A man dreamed of sitting in a living room and trading wives with another man. In waking life he was exchanging spiritual ideas with another person. Both were recommending books to each other with ideas the other had heard before. Trade. To dream of making a trade represents the exchange of ideas. Alternatively, a trade may reflect a compromise or changing of choices. Negatively, trading in a dream may be a sign that you are consciously wasting your time exploring ideas or possibilities that you have no interest in, compromising too much or not sticking to what you really want in a situation. Example: a man dreamed of sitting in a living room and trading wives with another man. In waking life he was exchanging spiritual ideas with another person. Both were recommending books to each other with ideas the other had heard before. Example: a man dreamed of being arrested for having cocaine saved inside a trading card plastic sleeve. In waking life he realized that he had to stop fantasizing about an old girlfriend he had an amazing sexual experience with if he was to pass a strict spiritual testing. The trading card plastic sleeve in this case may have reflected his tendency to preserve the bad habit of fantasizing about his ex-girlfriend when he knew it wasn't immoral. Trading card plastic sleeve. To dream of a trading card plastic sleeve represents preservation of something you think is valuable. Beliefs, feelings, or situations that you want to keep or think are special. You don't want to give something up, or find another alternative. Protective feelings about accomplishments or memories. Negatively, a trading card plastic sleeve may reflect your wish to protect or preserve dishonest accomplishments. Feeling that it's important to carefully preserve an dishonest accomplishment. Example: a man dreamed of being arrested for having cocaine saved inside a trading card plastic sleeve. In waking life he realized that he had to stop fantasizing about an old girlfriend he had an amazing sexual experience with if he was to pass a strict spiritual testing. The trading card plastic sleeve in this case may have reflected his tendency to preserve the bad habit of fantasizing about his ex-girlfriend when he knew it wasn't immoral. Salesperson. To dream of a salesperson represents an aspect of your personality that is trying to convince you or sell you on an idea. Feeling sold on ideas, options, or who you are in life. You may be struggling to accept or compromise on a situation and trying to weigh the pros and cons of it. You could also just be trying to convince someone else of something. To dream of a car salesman may reflect feelings, a situation or person that you feel is interesting you in a new way of living or decision making. New professional, spiritual, family life, or even dishonest ways of living your life. Feeling sold on the idea of changing who you are day to day. Example: a woman dreamed of being sold a car by a salesman and talking about her new car to a few men. In waking life she was a devout religious person who accepted God into her life as a way of life and was depending to God to give her a man to marry. She was having problems finding a man. The car salesman in this case may have reflected her feelings about religion being sold to her as a way of life. Selling. To dream of selling something to someone represents your attempt to convince or sell someone on an idea. It may also reflect your attempt to convince yourself of something. Considering making a change. Offering others ideas. To dream of someone trying to sell something to you may reflect your attempt to convince yourself of an idea or possibility. It may also reflect a situation or person that is interesting you in making a choice. Negatively, selling in a dream may reflect feelings of forceful convincing or pressuring someone to accept an idea. Manipulative attempts to convince or persuade others. Alternatively, it may reflect feelings of being pressured into making a decision that you don't want to make. Example: a man dreamed of selling an object for which he had only one of and then looking for another. In waking life he was talking to a professional who was giving him free advice as long as the reason was serious and legit. He lied to the professional about a special need in order to continue to get the free advice, but then felt that he had run out of lies to tell in order to keep getting the free advice. Market. To dream of a market represents feelings about all available options being offered to you in a situation if you are willing to accept the personal costs. Feelings about what you need to trade or exchange in order to achieve a goal. Situations in waking life where you feel overwhelmed with easy choices. Negatively, a market may reflect exploitation of easy or dishonest opportunities. Dishonest friends or social connections that are always willing to do favors for you. Cheap good in a market may reflect feelings about easy or lucky opportunities being offered to you. To dream of stealing something from a market may reflect waking life situations where you chose to be dishonest when you didn't need to be. Desperation or jealousy that motivates to avoid honesty. A lack of respect for honesty around rich or resourceful people. Issues with kleptomania. Feeling that stealing from friends and family is not serious. Awareness of yourself being involved in criminal activity. Grocery store. To dream of a grocery store represents decisions being made that help to sustain you for the short term. Keeping a good situation going by addressing your short-term needs. Confidence about knowing what you can delay confronting a problems or delay an unpleasant situation from occurring. Feeling that it's easy to deal with your problems just for now. Negatively, a grocery store may be a sign that you are considering dishonest behavior as method to temporarily keep a problem under control. Lies or deception in order to delay being honest. Feeling good not having to face your problems for a short while longer. A sign that long-term solutions to problems are not being considered or that you continually keep putting your problems off for later. Short-term solutions that costs you long-term happiness. Alternatively, dreaming of a grocery store may reflect anxiety issues related to health issues with food sensitivities. Anxiety about not being able to buy the special food or health products you need. Example, a woman dreamed of being in a grocery store parking lot. In waking life she was delaying family gatherings to reunite with her stepsister because she felt her stepsister was dangerous due to her marijuana use. The grocery store in this case may have reflected her feelings about the potential to regularly have family gathering to temporarily help prolong healthy family relationships. Example 2. A woman dreamed of seeing a grocery store closing. In waking life she was having anxiety that she wouldn't be able to buy certain food products during a family visit out of state because she was on a very special diet. Example 3. A young woman dreamed of being in a grocery store with her parents. In waking life she was impatiently trying to pass a training program at work to help her get a better job at her company. She was doing everything she could to persevere, hoping to be told she finally passed. The grocery store in this case may have reflected her choice to keep enduring the difficult training by whatever means possible for the short term, hoping she would pass the training test. The grocery store symbolism may have been a sign that she was more focused on passing the training than on being good at her job, while believing that short-term perseverance was her only problem when the job might not have been good for her at all. Example 4. A woman dreamed of being in a grocery store with her husband whom she was separated from. In waking life she was regularly trying to do whatever she could to keep hope alive for a reconciliation with her husband. The supermarket in this case may be a reflection of her feelings about herself, regularly trying to temporarily emotionally hold herself over from believing the relationship was over with whatever actions she believed might help. Store. To dream of a store represents ideas or choices we are considering. The choice or opportunity to think differently. Considering making a lifestyle choice. Some area of your life where you're serious about doing something different. Talking to yourself about a potential change or new idea. You may be shopping for various choices before making a final decision. Recognizing that a change may be needed in your life and making an effort to pursue that change. Negatively, dreaming about being in a store may reflect feelings about making a change in your life being mandatory. Believing a change is needed when it really isn't. Not liking yourself enough the way you are. Allowing yourself to be influenced in ways that may not being helpful or good for you. To dream of a salesperson trying to convince you to make a purchase in a store may reflect your own attempts to weigh the benefits of a choice. Your attempt to convince yourself or sell yourself on a choice or belief. It may also reflect someone in your life trying to influence you to change. Example, a man dreamed of walking into a clothing store. In waking life he was considering making big changes to his personality, believing it would improve his life if he tried it. Example 2. A man dreamed of walking into a store to buy a book from an expert and discovered that the first book he picked up was read and unsuitable. In waking life he was considering getting very serious about his studies of a personal hobby and realized that the first few books he looked at for the topic were written by incompetent people. Example 3. A woman dreamed about her mother taking her to a store. In waking life his brother had moved out of her home and she was considering ideas on how to change the relationship to strengthen it. Department store. To dream of a department store represents intelligent fulfillment of goals, needs, or wishes that you have. Asking questions, doing research, or negotiating what you want. Not feeling any pressure about a choice you are considering. Example, a man dreamed of standing outside a department store that he was about to enter. In waking life he was about to begin negotiations with a radio station to get an ad placed on the air. He was asking a lot of questions about price options before ever making a serious choice and didn't feel pressured into having to do anything just yet. Example 2. A woman dreamed of shopping at a department store with her husband. In waking life her husband wanted a divorce when she didn't. Shopping at the department store reflected her wish to take her time or keep considering any options possible to save the marriage. Wanting to feel no pressure while they considered reconciling. Example 3. A woman dreamed of shopping in a department store for a baby thermometer. In waking life she was deciding whether or not it was a good idea to keep her baby after she discovered she got pregnant. Convenience store. To dream of a convenience store represents your attempt to find easy solutions to a problem. A resource, person, or habit that makes problem solving easier. Spontaneous ideas, decisions, or interests. Negatively, a convenience store may symbolize an unwillingness to try anything new or difficult. Always reaching for the easiest solution. Spontaneous interests that are not well thought out beforehand. To dream of having to cross a street to go to a convenience store may reflect a need to try something new, difficult, or what other people aren't doing in order to try getting an easy solution to your problem. To dream of convenience stores that are closed or not in business may reflect feelings about easy solutions to problems not being available to you. Example, a young man dreamed of going to a convenience store that required crossing the street. In waking life he got a spontaneous idea to buy a large number of books to help him change the way he studied a hobby. Example 2. A man dreamed of seeing two convenience stores where one was close and one was across the street. In waking life he was deciding whether it was best to solve a problem easy the usual way or to make an effort to solve it easily with a newer option. Example 3. A man dreamed of knowing the owner of a convenience store that rushed to get him a product. In waking life someone had offered to help him fix a problem easily multiple times without any serious need until finally a serious presented itself. Bookstore. To dream of being in a bookstore represents your interest in trying something new for yourself. New talents, skills, or lifestyle choices you are considering integrating into your life. You may be interested in learning something new or improving yourself. A bookstore may be a sign that you want to increase your talents or skills in some way. To dream of a school bookstore may represent your interest or drive to know absolutely everything in a particular area. A sign that you wish to be fully prepared or always have all the answers to potential problems. Fish market. To dream of a fish market represents abundant opportunities for positive change or progress. Always having the ability to do something different or deal with a new problem. Feeling surrounded by numerous possible solutions. Feeling overwhelmed with solved problems or new information. Feeling overwhelmed with solved problems, solved mysteries, or expert advice. A fish market may also reflect an abundance of new ideas, insight, or new discoveries. Speaking to an expert that has unlimited ideas or different solutions to problems if you wish to invest your time considering them. Negatively, a fish market may reflect too many new ideas, too much progress, or too much expert advice at one time. Too many new discoveries to handle on your own. Fish market. To dream of a fish market represents abundant opportunities for positive change or progress. Always having the ability to do something different or deal with a new problem. Feeling surrounded by numerous possible solutions. Feeling overwhelmed with solved problems or new information. Feeling overwhelmed with solved problems, solved mysteries, or expert advice. A fish market may also reflect an abundance of new ideas, insight, or new discoveries. Speaking to an expert that has unlimited ideas or different solutions to problems if you wish to invest your time considering them. Negatively, a fish market may reflect too many new ideas, too much progress, or too much expert advice at one time. Too many new discoveries to handle on your own. Buying to dream. Buying something represents acceptance of an idea, condition, or situation. Choosing to initiate something. Choosing to integrate something in your personality or lifestyle. Choosing to be serious or committed to something in your life. Consider what item you are buying for additional meaning. Alternatively, a dream about buying may reflect your attempt to define yourself or find an acceptable role to portray to others. To dream of buying a car represents your commitment to an important decision. Deciding on a direction in life to take. Deciding on a long-term role. Deciding on how best to take control of a situation. Deciding to how best to lead others. Negatively, buying a car in a dream may reflect the choice to take control of a situation in a dishonest manner. To dream of buying a house represents your commitment to integrating something into your life. Choosing to make something be normal for you. Alternatively, it may mean that you have worked really hard to earn something. Negatively, buying a new house may mean that you'd made a mistake that you're stuck with. Mall. To dream of a mall represents your search for acceptable roles, choices, beliefs, and ideas. A time in which you are establishing your identity and making choices that will affect your sense of self. Being in mall symbolizes decisions, or preferences that make you who you are. A mall represents social settings, or social development where you are exploring options, or decisions about what you want or who you will become. It reflects the manner in which you go about getting what you want in life or choices that define who you are. A dream of a mall can show up when you are deciding who you want to date, making changes to your lifestyle, or experiencing changes in your personality. The stores in a mall symbolize states of mind with themes that are symbolic based on your feelings or perceptions of those stores. For example, a store such as The Gap could symbolize a more proper or conservative lifestyle choice, whereas a more urban clothing store may symbolize a more desirous personality choice. Salespeople in a mall represents aspects of your personality that are attempting to convince you of a choice, belief, or idea that you are considering. Shopping. To dream of shopping represents your consideration of ideas, choices, roles, or acceptable ways of thinking. Surveying your options. Exploring all possibilities before integrating ideas, attitudes, or roles into your way of living. Trying to discover what beliefs, choices, or habits suit you best. Consider choices for the next phase of your life. Alternatively, shopping may reflect your attempt to convince yourself about what the best methods or options are to fulfill a need or solve a problem. You may be asking yourself what's best for you right now. Negatively, shopping may reflect frustration with too many choices or feeling overwhelmed with a myriad of choices. Anxiety about making the right choice. Shopping at discount stores may reflect options with less personal cost or that feel easier than other choices. Shopping at expensive stores may reflect more expensive, difficult, or riskier choices you are considering. Feeling that a choice may cost you too much for the rest of your life. Example: a man dreamed of walking into a store to buy some clothing. In waking life he was considering whether or not marry someone was good idea. Advertisement. To dream of advertisements represents options or possibilities that are presenting themselves in your life for consideration. People or situations that are interesting you in trying something new or making a change. Costume. To dream of a costume represents a false or deceptive persona you present to others in waking life. You might be putting on a show or pretending to be something you are not. A costume may also reflect bluffing or lying. It may also reflect a temporary persona you display to others to fulfill a certain role, for example acting a certain way around only one person. Costco Wholesale. To dream of Costco Wholesale represents feeling supported with exclusive bulk options for quality time experiencing something or the easy safe ability to experience a lot what you want without problems. Wanting an exclusive ability to spend a lot of quality time with a person you have romantic interest in. Exclusive bulk access to situations, experiences, or people. Joining something in order to enjoy bulk options or plentiful access. Professionally, not wasting any time or resources in order to do something a lot. Negatively, dreaming about Costco may represent your tendency to waste time or resources, jealousy, unable to obtain an exclusive ability to experience something in bulk. Feeling that you are wasting time trying to spend a lot of quality time with a romantic interest because they always elude you. Wasting time joining something in order to get exclusive quality time with a situation or person. Awareness that you are able to get quality time with a person or situation without substance to the experience. And professional attitude about getting bulk quality access to a situation or person that doesn't respect you. Dreams of Costco wholesale are common to people with romantic crushes on people they are eager to try to spend a lot of time with and make use whatever resources they can to maintain the ability to easily spend lots of time with the person. Example, a high school girl dreamed of losing her Costco membership. In waking life she was jealously trying to get an opportunity to spend a lot of quality time with a boy she had a crush on when she found out her friend was dating him. Example 2. A high school girl dreamed of a boy she had a crush on standing in line at the cashier at Costco. In waking life she had a crush on a boy for over a year. In this case Costco may have reflected her feelings about wanting an exclusive ability to spend lots of quality time with her crush when he seemed to be choosing to spend a lot of exclusive quality time in other ways. Business. To dream of a business represents a situation in your life where you are very organized or adept about everything required to do something all the time. Expertise or a professional attitude. Very motivated to do something very well all the time. A business-like attitude about something you are doing. Attempting to profit from an experience in some way. To dream of conducting a business deal may reflect an opportunity in waking life to try to prove yourself. Alternatively, it may reflect your wish to persuade others or make compromises to achieve a goal. Example, a young man dreamed of starting a new business. In waking life he found himself suddenly swamped with friends' computers that he had to fix. He had to take an entire day off to fix the computers. Factory. To dream of a factory represents productivity. The conditions of the factory reflect the health of your ability to contribute, create, or get ahead in the world. In a negative sense, a factory may represent issues that are getting out of hand or becoming excessive. People who are paid well, but are unsatisfied with their jobs often dream of sweatshop factories filled with moaning and abused workers. This reflects their success restricting them and costing them happiness. Workplace. To dream of the workplace represents feelings about how important it is to be serious or deeply involved in a situation. Feeling deeply involved in family or friends' lives in order to help them because you feel that it's your job to do so. Negatively, it may reflect feelings that nothing is special about yourself while you are helping other people. It could also reflect a dangerous or too serious attitude about recreation. Bad habits such as drinking, drugs, or sex as though it's a full-time venture. Alternatively, dreaming about your workplace may reflect anxiety issues or frustrations with your current job. Example, an older woman dreamed of being apprehensive in her former workplace at a law firm. In waking life she was trying to help her grandchild as one of the last important things to do in her life and having trouble letting go. Example 2. A man dreamed of having a bad day at work. In waking life he was having anxiety at his bank job about the branch he worked at cutting jobs. Example 3. A woman dreamed of being at her workplace. In waking life she was having to spend a lot of time talking to a colleague about their problems. The workplace symbolism may have reflected her feelings about the long effort required to talk to her friend being a necessary responsibility. Example 4. A woman dreamed of being at her former workplace. In waking life she had chosen to take a job working at home and missed her friends at work. Example 5. A man dreamed of working in a library. In waking he was autistic and spent a lot of time in the library during the day on a regular basis. Online banking. To dream of online banking represents managing power, resources, or potential with ease. Easily asking or making someone else to do something for you. Your ability to ask someone else to take care of a problem for you. easily asking other people to perform tasks, management, or maintenance for you. Easy delegation of responsibilities or chores. Your ability to easily ask for a favor from someone. Power or potential that doesn't need a personal encounter. Negatively, online banking may represent too much focus on avoiding personal encounters with favors, management of your life, or asking people to do things for you. Paycheck. To dream of a paycheck represents feelings of being allowed to do what you're supposed to do. Feeling that you aren't wasting your time getting things that are important done. Dependence that doesn't scare you or feeling that you can't do anything without something. Confidence that everything in your life is working. Negatively, dreaming about a paycheck may represent feelings of having to keep getting something because if you don't, nothing matters. Feeling that something has to care about you because nothing matters if it doesn't. Feeling dependent. Feeling dependent on something that isn't enough. To dream of not getting your paycheck may represent feelings of not being able to manage your life normally or that life is on hold when you don't deserve it. Feelings of wasting your time with something. Something in your life is not letting you do what you're supposed to do. Feeling cut off from something you are dependent on. Feeling unable to manage responsibilities. Feelings of disaster that you can't do anything in your life normally. Feelings of wasting your time thinking you can do something the honest way. Feeling ripped off because someone thought it was easier for themselves. Feelings of not liking getting to do anything normal because it doesn't work. Feeling powerless to like your life until the problem is fixed. Alternatively, dreams about paychecks may mirror waking life feelings about your financial status. Example, a young woman dreamed of having confidence that she had enough money to worry about money and living paycheck to paycheck. In waking life, her boyfriend got a new job. In this case, the paycheck symbolism may have mirrored her waking life feelings about her boyfriend's new job fixing financial worries in their relationship. Example 2. A woman dreamed of payday and getting a check that allowed her to pay off her debts easily and then being so happy she thanked her boss. In waking life, she had been praying to God more than usual to help her to be debt-free as her life was not easy financially. In this case, the paycheck symbolism combined with her happiness with her boss may have reflected her tendency to so thankful for being able to pay her debts off in the interim that she doesn't think of anything else when it might not last long term. Example 3. A woman dreamed of accidentally cashing her ex-sister-in-law's paycheck and of a man who knocks on her front door to collect the paycheck. In waking life, she was happily divorced and liking her new single independent life a lot. In this case, the ex-sister-in-law's paycheck being cashed with someone trying to collect it after may have reflected her concerns about not needing her ex-husband in her life all the time in order to keep enjoying her new divorced life normally without him, and that she may have done something to disturb that independence because her husband might need to contact her to get something in order to live normally without her as well. Example 4. A woman dreamed of her husband vomiting inside a hot tub, standing up, and then saying that he had no pay for today. In waking life, the woman was angry with her husband because she suspected that he was cheating on her. In this case, the claims of the husband having no pay for today may reflect her feelings about her husband feeling that he is wasting his time earning her love and respect in the relationship, or vice versa, after being suspected of cheating on her. Example 5. A woman dreamed of her paycheck showing a raise in pay and salary while she was inside an office that was dull. In waking life, she was very focused on family problems that needed to be settled. In this case, the paycheck increase inside a dull office may have reflected her feelings of not liking having to deal with family problems to keep family life working normally while feeling more capable than usual of being able to handle them. Payphone. To dream of a payphone represents feelings about choosing to initiate a situation with some kind personal cost involved. Starting a situation with a progressive attitude. Example, a man dreamed of looking at a payphone and hesitating to use it. In waking life, he was hesitating to send very embarrassing apology emails to family members he had initially chastised for fighting with his father because his father became too arrogantly controlling for him to defend anymore. The payphone may have reflected his need to apologize to people by initiating an embarrassing situation for his father. Thank you very much. To help me to produce more positive content, please subscribe and like. Also share it to your family, friends, to help many people to understand their dreams. Thank you for your subscribes and likes, sharing.
Thank you very much for watching. I'm about to shower you with more dreams and interpretations of dreams like this. Subscribe for more. Yes, subscribe for more. Subscribe for more wisdom and knowledge and dreams and interpretations like this.